Welcome back to MuscleTV. Well, as a multi-titled Australian heavyweight BJJ champion and Max's athlete, Big Mick Wilson certainly fits the bill. Well, he's back. And tonight we're lucky enough to go behind the scenes with him and his trainer, James Ross, to take a look at a crazy conditioning circuit. Let's check it out.
Today's workout is essentially a 9-exercise circuit. And it's reasonably advanced exercises involved, so you probably need to have been resistance training for quite some time. Particularly useful for BJJ athletes like Mick because it involves a wide range of different exercises that will challenge you in a huge variety of different ways. Someone like Mick would generally do this workout maybe twice a week. We chose the structure of the workout today being 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, because particularly with the more complex exercises, they're slightly more strength orientated. We can maintain good quality. So 20 seconds of, say, a log clean and press, you can maintain good form, but if we were to do that for, say, 2 minutes straight, his form would probably drop off significantly. Most of the exercises we're doing today, you can get a lot of work done within 20 seconds, and within a sport such as BJJ, it's an intermittent sport, so you'll work really hard for a few seconds, then you'll rest. And then you'll work really hard, and then you rest. So we're sort of trying to replicate some of the movements as best we can. Okay, so I've got a timer, and we've also got a timer up here so Mick can see the time. You ready to go, mate?
Yes.
We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Straight up over the head. The first exercise we've got today is a log clean and press. So we've got a pulling and a pushing movement, and it starts standing up. Because it's overhead, it's one of the more complex exercises, so we have that going first. If you didn't have a log, you could definitely use a barbell or even dumbbells, anything like that. The next movement we have is the keg carry. So we've got a keg when we've filled it up with sand and some iron shot. So it's about 85 kilos, so it's quite heavy. So this will be a really good isometric strength for his back and grip. It's actually quite similar to holding a gi, gripping the keg. So it's got that sort of transfer. And we'll get a bit of forwards and backwards horizontal forces. So it can help him with shooting and braking, particularly in BJJ. We have a variety of different kegs. The keg we're using today is completely filled with sand and some iron shot. The third exercise we've got is the tire flip. The tire flip's a great exercise. It's a full body, get down there, bring it up. So we've got a pulling motion, then a pushing motion. He may have a slight rounded back, which is okay for BJJ because a lot of his movements involve round backs type lifting. This tire is quite light for Mick, so we're just getting a bit of power through that whole area. The next exercise we have is the farmer's walk. So this is a fantastic grip exercise and also neck. And similar to the keg, we get that forward and back movement, and it also incorporates a deadlift. So it's just a great, well-rounded exercise. And it's a different grip than the keg, so we're just training slightly different grip strength. The farmer's walk weighs 122 kilos, and it's reasonably light, but we'll be walking quite quickly because we've got that 20-second interval, so we can get a lot of work done and get his heart rate up quite high with that. After the farmer's walk, we have the backward sled drag. So this will, again, incorporate some more gripping, and we'll get some more upper back isometric strength, but it will mostly work on the quads and really burn them out with basically just isolating the knee extension. The sled will be weighing about 100 kilos, and again, it's not so much about the weight as just moving quickly just to get that work rate up. So after the backward sled drag, we have the kettlebell swing. So this is a fantastic movement because we've basically, in the sled drag, we've worked predominantly on the quads, and now we're going to work on the hips, so the hamstrings and glutes and lower back. So that way we can balance out the movement and hopefully just promote more muscular balance. After the kettlebell swing, we have the Bulgarian bag. So the Bulgarian bag is a fantastic movement because it involves a twisting pattern and an overhead pattern, which is very hard to replicate with most other exercises such as a barbell. It'll get you strong in awkward positions, which are potentially really useful for preventing submissions and also injury prevention. So the Bulgarian bag weighs 22 kilos and it's very hard to work with because you swing it around your head and its mass is displaced, or the weight is displaced away, and it's actually quite hard to grip as well, so it just wants to fly out of your hands. After the Bulgarian bag, we actually have a superset, so 20 seconds of work on the sled and then 20 seconds of work on the ropes. So we're switching between the upper and lower body, and by doing this, we'll fatigue one area and then we'll let that recover while we're doing the other area. So it's an active recovery. So by doing this, we can burn out the legs and all the blood will pool in the legs, and then we have to pump it up to the arms. Local fatigue will be quite high, and that'll really get his heart rate up. You can definitely mix up these exercises, however, I would suggest starting with the more complex exercises first, and particularly when you're using this sort of mode of training or a circuit type training, be conservative with the load. You don't want to use the heaviest tire you've ever flipped for one repetition, because you want to be able to do it for multiple repetitions because you're doing it for time.
So you want to do another one?
Yeah, thanks to James and Mick there. What an awesome workout. Well, that's it for this week, but before we go, just a reminder to make sure you check us out and stay in touch with our online and social channels. Remember, you can watch this and any other episode of MuscleTV ever made at the show's website, www.muscletv.tv. And don't forget to join the conversation at our Facebook or Twitter page. Ask one of our experts a question, make a comment, just say g'day, but most of all, get involved. We'd love to hear from you. OK, that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be a big year. So until next week, see you in the gym.
MuscleTV was proudly brought to you by Maxine's, for the body you want, and Max's, because life's too short to be small.